In this video, we're going to look at how to manage distractions that arise when we meditate. And if you missed the first video in this series, How to Meditate in 5 Easy Steps, you'll find the link in the description. Distractions aren't just something we struggle with when we meditate. No matter what we're doing, our minds are constantly becoming distracted. Buddhists use the term monkey mind to describe the way our minds are always jumping from one thing to the next, just like a monkey jumping from one tree to another. So when you do become distracted while meditating, it's nothing to be concerned about, and you haven't done anything wrong. Distractions are a perfectly normal and common experience for everyone, whether they occur while we're meditating or just as we're going on about our day. Sounds are probably the most common distraction we experience while meditating. So when you've become distracted by some sounds, the first step, like always, is to notice that you've become distracted and that your mind is no longer where you want it to be, and then acknowledge what it is that's distracted you. It can often help to make a mental note of what's distracted you by labeling the sound and saying silently to yourself something like, "I'm hearing footsteps," or "There's a dog barking," or "There are people talking outside the door," or "There's some music playing." And then, once you've noticed you've become distracted by some sound, and acknowledge the sound by labeling it, as best you can, just let go of listening to it. Let go of this distraction and allow it to fade away, and then redirect your attention back to where you want it, which may be your breath if you're meditating, or just back to whatever you were doing when you became distracted. And if the sound continues to distract you, the dog keeps barking, or people keep talking outside your door, or the music keeps playing, and this keeps pulling your mind away from what you're trying to pay attention to, don't try to ignore or shut out the sounds, because the more we try to shut out something like this, the more persistent it becomes and the more of our attention it demands. And mindfulness isn't about preventing or blocking or shutting out certain aspects of our experience. And so if there's some sounds that you keep hearing, just accept this as part of your experience, but as best you can, just allow them to be there in the background of your awareness, while whatever you're trying to pay attention to emerges into the foreground. And then, whenever you notice a distraction has moved back into the foreground of your awareness and become the focus of your attention, simply acknowledge it, and then, as best you can, allow it to fade back into the background, as you redirect your attention back to whatever you are trying to pay attention to, and make that the primary focus of your attention once again. And we can use this same process for distractions other than sounds. So perhaps you've become distracted by a smell, the scent of what's cooking for dinner, for example. Or maybe there's a fly that keeps buzzing around your head, distracting you. Whatever the distraction, a sound, a smell, or anything else, anytime we notice that our mind is no longer where we want it to be, we simply acknowledge whatever's distracted us, perhaps with a mental note, and then, as best we can, let go of this distraction, allow it to fly away, and redirect our attention back to where we want it. And if this distraction sticks around and tries to linger, as best we can, we simply allow it to be there in the background of our awareness, as we make whatever we're trying to pay attention to the focus of our attention. To watch the next video in this series, click here. And please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And to check out my full online mindfulness meditation course, where these videos come from, you'll find the link in the description.